So greetings from Pennsylvania once again, and welcome back to another video. It's another beautiful autumn day. It's Friday, October 24th. We're going to go for another little drive today. We're going to try and enjoy these autumn colors on some of these highway drives and road drives. I knew we did a couple recently, but today we're going to stay in my home county of Berks County, and we're going to head out to Route 737. Just a smaller highway, about 10.5 miles long. Let me show you the map where it's at. Got the map on the Jeep here. We're gonna be in my home county of Berks, and 737 is all the way out this way, just north of Lenhartsville. It's gonna travel down, cross Interstate 78 and down to the town of, depending on how you say it, Kutztown or Cootstown. Say it however you want to. That's where we're gonna be today. All right, so we're gonna get going here in a bit. I just gotta stop and get some gas and then head up to where 737 starts. So I'll catch up with you in a bit. All right, we are currently on Route 143, heading towards 737. We're north of Lenhartsville, kind of just off of Interstate 78. But we should be there shortly. Got the windshield cleaned off. Yeah, up ahead to the left is Hawk Mountain Road. Just past this. Hello. Not sure what's going on here. Yeah, up here I see the sign, Junction 737. Off to our right. This is the little town of Kempton. Here we go, 737. So I have been on parts of this highway before, but I've never driven the whole length of it. That's one of the cool things about doing this series. Many of these highways that I do, I've been on them any number of times, but I've never driven the whole length. As I pointed out at the beginning, this is a shorter one, just 10.5 miles today. Although it's a beautiful day, I got other stuff I gotta do too. I got a lot of video editing to do. Getting way behind on that. I guess this is still Kempton. Kind of a larger village than what I thought. I know years ago I did. They have a tourist railroad here in town. I know years ago I did that. We got some fall colors. Probably not quite at peak down here yet, but we're approaching it. Say today is October 24th. It's a Friday afternoon. Well, now you think about some places like on the left are definitely past peak. So it's kind of a mixture of them. Mixture of near peak or past peak. I think there's an old house. I always like seeing the old houses. That almost looked like it was I don't know. Also been a business at some point. I love those old buildings though. Be cool to be able to buy one and fix it up. Maybe someday. What do we got here? The village of Stony Run. Just gonna be a small little village here. Kind of a sharp, awkward turn there. Yeah, there's some old houses right through here. Yeah. A lot of old brick. I don't think I've ever driven through this little town. Back into the woods with the colors. This is all very typical of the Berks County countryside. We're not too far from if you're familiar with Crystal Cave, we're not too far from there. Yeah, so we'll finish in the town of, because I always grew up calling it Kutztown, K-U-T-Z town, but I got corrected on that earlier this year. Apparently, people from Kutztown call it Cootstown. That's interesting. Everybody where I grew up, we always called it Kutztown. I don't know. That's just kind of interesting. Let me know down below what you call it if you're from the area. But most people were saying, you know, it's Cootstown. But I'm sure that people who are from the area, from the town, are pronouncing it correctly. It's those of people like me and others who aren't from the town or calling it the wrong thing or pronouncing it wrongly. But that happens with a lot of these towns. You know, the locals have their way of saying it, and people not from the area kind of mispronounce it. Like the city of Lancaster is that way. You know, it's spelled Lancaster, but everybody calls it Lancaster. You can always tell when someone that's not from the area is talking about it, because they call it Lancaster. Lots of farms out here too. Look at the dried up corn ready to harvest. So this is the village of Crumsville. K-R-U-M-S. Not like breadcrumb, but spelled the K. And up here's Interstate 78. So 737 does have its own interchange with the interstate here. Just like that, we're about halfway done with this highway. Those bright red ones, those are sumac bushes, I'm pretty sure. Sumac trees. Staghorn sumac, probably. Those are probably burning bush, maybe. Non-native. Got some colors through here. Yeah, this section's busier than the section north of 78 was. Cool, look at that, the 3 Mile House. I suppose things will just get busier as we get closer to Cootstown. Sounds weird calling it that way. Oh, there's, look at all, off the, now I got some color off the left there. Got the Amish buggy sign on the right. Yeah, there's definitely a lot more traffic on this south section, we'll call it. Oh, Cuts Mill, or Coots Mill, I guess they call it. I think there's a covered bridge near here. Yeah, there is actually. Or is it called the Kurtz Mill, or that's one of the, something like that. One of 5 covered bridges here in Berks County. Of course, we've done all those already. Actually, we finished that series just the other day, last week. Well, there's an old house in the... Yeah, got some color through here. Some tractor trailer trucks. Yeah. A lot of oranges through here. Yeah, quite a bit of traffic in front of us too. Looks like we're coming into some little town here. Didn't really see a name anywhere. Oh, is this the end of... Yeah, here's the junction of 222. This is the end of 737. Right where it joins the 222. Yeah, so we'll be getting on 222 to go home. South 222. Yeah, but this is the end. The end of 737, folks. Just a shorter drive. But still nice drive through the countryside. Seeing some of the foliage. I gotta find my exit. Which I think I passed accidentally. All right, but thanks for coming along with you. Thanks for coming along with me on this one, folks. I've got to find my way back to 222. I got to get home and do some more editing as well. Thanks for coming along. Hopefully we'll see you on the next one.